Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good night. Let's go ahead and give it a few minutes here. It's, uh, Hello, everybody. Uh, Hope you're having a good evening. And Just going to give it a few minutes here, let people go ahead and get it on. Anyways, I might actually share some photos tonight and answer any questions anybody's got, and go from there. Anyways, this photograph is from Devil's Den State Park, and it's actually from the springtime a few years ago. You can actually see the flowers blooming there, and you can actually also see the creek and the cabin here. The cabin actually, I think, was actually built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. Anyways, the next photo here is a picture of the Kansas City skyline, basically the Kansas City, Missouri. And this actually was taken from the Liberty Memorial and National World War One Museum. And this is actually a panoramic picture I took of, and I converted it to black and white. And then this is actually a picture from Prairie State Park and here in Missouri. This is a infrared photograph. Basically, what I did to get the infrared effect here is I used the infrared filter, which blocks out all light except for infrared. It requires a really long exposure time. Usually, you're looking about 30 minutes or more to get a properly exposed image, and but does create this real neat effect with the foliage in white, and then like the skies and that in a darker tone. And then next is the elk from Lone Elk Park. This was actually in the fall, in actually fall of 2016, and he was actually just sitting or laying underneath a tree, and I was able to get his picture. This was, of course, during the rutting season, and so there was some other uh, elk as well, male elk around. But Wilmot Park is a really neat park if you're in the St. Louis area. I highly recommend seeing it. And then this is the waterfall at Tenny Creek Park in Bella Vista, Arkansas. Just a little small waterfall, but still real pretty. This was taken kind of early in the morning, one fall morning, and you can kind of see the rays of light coming through the tree leaves there. And this is The covered bridge at Sandy Creek Covered Bridge State Park, just outside of St. Louis, is actually one of four um, original covered bridges that still exist in Missouri, and it's a really neat park. It's actually just for pedestrian traffic now at this point, but still really neat to see this very old bridge, really pretty bridge too. And this is the this creek at Great Smoky Mountains National Park. This was taken fall of 2016. This was actually just before the fires hit the Gatlinburg area, probably about a week before actually. And you can still see some smoke from the distant fires, kind of giving this like a foggy effect actually. And this is another picture, a panoramic picture from Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And basically, with panoramic pictures, what I do is I actually take like 2, 3, or 4 or more images and different pan around from like left to right, and then take a photo editing software like Lightroom and actually combine them into one larger image. And this is a picture of magnolia flower in the springtime. And it's basically a close-up or a macro picture of, of the flower. And then this is a picture of the full moon with flowers in the foreground there in the springtime. And this is a picture of a Perthenian warbler at Wildcat Glades in Joplin. The picture doesn't really do justice as far as the coloring. When you see one in the sunlight, it's almost like a glow in the dark yellow, actually. And this is a picture from Watkins Woolen Mill State Park, just northeast of Kansas City. I was actually there for the solar eclipse in 2017, and took some pictures while I was there. And this is actually one of the pictures of a water pump there. Was actually pretty lucky that day because it actually was raining and cloud cover, but it stopped long enough for the be able to see the eclipse, and the sky cleared out just enough for it to be able to see it. And then this is a composite picture of fireworks at Missouri Southern State College or State University in Joplin. And this is a picture of Onondaga Cave State Park. This is kind of near towards the entrance. And I was actually very lucky in 2017. They had tours for photographers, and I was actually able to tour the cave with just a tour guide, and was able to take some pictures, be able to set up a tripod and take pictures. Was even able to record video without other people being around, so you can actually hear the sounds, natural cave sounds, and that's actually I have that on my YouTube page, actually, or YouTube channel. And this is a picture of from Pedestal Rock Scenic Area in Arkansas in the fall. It's a really pretty area, very a lot of cliffs and stuff like that. And here's actually another picture from that same area. Again, this is a panoramic image I took, and you can kind of see the vista and the view you get when you're there. And this is a picture of a yellow swallowtail butterfly and lilac in the springtime. One thing with butterflies, they're kind of tough to photograph because they don't stay in one spot and too long, especially long enough to be able to actually photograph in that. And I was able to get this one here. And this is Missouri's state bird, the eastern bluebird. And it was actually in the backyard on the ground. This is a male. Really neat to see their really pretty color. And this is fall scenery at Wildcat Glades. And I actually had taken some other pictures there, including some panoramic pictures. But you can see the fall foliage there. And this is Rainbow Bridge in Riverton, Kansas. And it's actually kind of one of the kind of popular bridges. They are seen actually along Route 66, and but it's actually set up now just for pedestrian traffic. And this is Grand Falls in Joplin, Missouri. And it's the largest continuous waterfall in Missouri. It's actually becoming a pretty popular spot here in Joplin and kind of well known. This was actually taken early morning, about sunrise, and but you can kind of see as far as the how much water goes through there, but it's kind of down a little bit right now because of the drought down here in Southwest, but whereas this was more in the springtime a few years ago when we had a lot more water rainfall in that. This is actually another image from Grand Falls from a different angle. This is actually another part kind of off to the right of the previous image. This was also an infrared image as well. And this is the Elkhorn Tavern in Pea Ridge National Battlefield. It's actually a replica of the tavern. The original, I think, was destroyed some years ago, but they have this replica. And this is a pie-billed grebe. I believe this one was actually at King Jack Park in Webb City. It's a uh, type of a waterfall fowl. And, this is a rose-breasted grosbeak male. We usually kind of see them more in the springtime. They're probably about the size of a cardinal. Really neat bird to see because with the black and white, and then you have the little bit of red. The females are actually all brown, different colors of brown or shades of brown. And then this is another picture of the falls here in Joplin. And this is a Mississippi kite. Um, and it's a type of bird of prey. They actually feed on insects and that. Usually you'll kind of see like two or three together or more. In fact, that this day, this was actually at Center Creek Park in Carl Junction, and and there was actually about three or four of them in the trees there. And you can see actually two here in the tree. And this is actually a little bit more of a close up, actually. Another close up picture of one in the tree. And this is a Green Heron. Took this actually this summer over in Galena, Kansas. It's kind of hanging out in the park looking for fish in that. And these pictures are of a red-breasted nuthatch. We also have like the white-breasted nuthatch, which you usually see more often, but on occasion we'll see the red-breasted. And then this is a North American river otter, saw wildcat glades just a few weeks ago, actually. And was actually a family of otters. It's the first time I've actually seen them in the wild like that. And kind of surprised me to see them at wildcat glades. Kind of surprising to see them in the Joplin area to begin with, but it was really neat to see. It was probably about four or five or maybe six of them altogether. You can see at least four here in this picture. And this is one hanging out on the bank. You can feeding on fish. And this is Reagan's Mill Bridge. It's part of Wildcat Glades, part of the trail. It's actually also a pedestrian bridge, and it's actually kind of one end of the loop of the trail. Actually, that's two more of the otters from earlier right there. And this is actually from last Friday. Belted kingfisher sitting in a tree, also at Wildcat Glades. One thing with them, you usually hear them, especially when they fly, so they're usually easy to kind of spot, at least when they fly. And this is a northern flicker, also from last Friday at Wildcat Glades. And these last two images are of fireworks from Missouri Southern in Joplin. And this was actually from, I believe, this past 4th of July. You can kind of see the buildings there in the foreground. Anyways, that's the last of the images. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section. And also, I have not only these images, I have also other images on my website, greenheronphoto.com. And I have them actually for sale. I have available on prints, both photo and fine art papers. I also have one available for on metal, canvas, acrylic, wood, and also even glass. And I also do offer signed prints on fine art paper as well. If you have any questions or anything, just feel free to reach out to me by email or Facebook Messenger or leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll actually post the link to my website in the comments here. And if you don't have any comments or questions, I'll go ahead and leave it for tonight. And hope to do another one of these another evening and share some more images. And hope you have a good evening and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.